So I think the first question I'll start off with, Ian, is you've had a great career as a gaffer. How did you find changing from player to manager?
Incredibly difficult, mate, to be fair, because I was at the time one of the last of the player managers at Bristol Rovers, which was the club I grew up at from being 9 years old. So incredibly difficult for lots of reasons, but the most important one is, are you the boss or are you one of the players, or are you one of the lads? So I was always quite chirpy, part of the group.
It's not easy to go. It's not easy to change, is it? I found that difficult because I was similar to you in the sense that I like to have a laugh with the boys, crack jokes, do pranks, and then all of a sudden they're looking at you as the gaffer.
Yeah, the thing is, I think I've only met one manager who could do that. That was Dave Bassett, because
not Mike Bassett.
No, not Mike Bassett. No, Benson and edges. I mean, no, if you've seen the film, you know what I mean. But Harry had this personality where he loved to laugh. He liked the lads being part of it, and then he would suddenly go crazy and be totally serious about, you ain't done this. You played it backwards. We got to play it forward. What are you doing? And if you got that wrong, he'd go mental. But the lads used to put up with it. But I found it so difficult trying to get an identity of Ollie the player or Ollie the manager. And when you leave someone out, that's the problem. I made my teammates want to play, even if we were losing. I would be the one, come on, we're running out of time, but we'll catch these, we'll beat them next time. Whereas when you're the manager who's left them out, you get them sulks, you get the lip on, you get the face. I couldn't deal with that, because if I was left out, I would at the right time go and ask to see the manager, knock on his door and get where I stand with him. Some people who ain't like that, who can't be that forefront, I couldn't deal with them, mate. Why are you sulking now? It ain't all about you, is it? It's all about the team. So I found that incredibly difficult, because I could still, at 33 I could still outrun most of them. My game was all about running, and I could still outrun them. And that didn't make sense, so it was a bit confusing, really. But
I mean, was there any players in particular that you found hard to deal with?
All of them. No, I'm serious. All of them, because every one of them's a different individual, and what you got to realise is, as call yourself a manager, I was a coach. I wanted to play a certain way. So as a coach, it's your job to encourage them. So you've got to try and find each and every individual's button, and push it, and some carrot and a stick in it, not being funny. Well done, you're getting better, but you're not quite good enough for this week, and you sort your life out. Ain't all about you big head. Get back with the lads. And I could normally get them to think about something that's bigger than themselves. So that was the way I played it, because that's how I felt myself. I am Marmite. You either like what I say or you don't. And I can't change. So
how would you have dealt with me as a player?
It's a good question. I'd have made sure I had the right balance. For me, football and life's about balance. So I'd want whoever was next to you to give you the ball. So he'd have to break things up, run around, tackle people, talk, and then say, give it to you. Because the more we gave you the ball, the better we would be, in my opinion. So I would try and get the right balance. So I could have played with you if we were the same age. Because that was all I did.
Because you had legs.
I had legs, and I would run, and I would tackle, and I would talk, and I would try and give it to the best player next to me, because I couldn't do those passes.
I always wish, actually, and I've never actually told you this, that I wish I actually played for you when I was playing, because I remember
couldn't afford you, mate. I couldn't afford your wages. Well.
35 grand a week was a bit.
How many is that all you're on? I could have afforded you.
I would have asked 45 to come and play for you. No, but for me, like, I look at it and go, you were a gaffer that I would have wanted to have, because I think you helped people who, you never really cast people aside. You say about players you had on the bench or going through hard times. I always felt like you as a manager that always try and get the best out of the players. And I feel like with you, if you was my gaffer, I don't think I would have had half the problems that I had.
I got this theory of, I was very fortunate, right? Honestly, I wanted to be a player since being the age of 6. I used to go around telling people, because I was so determined that that's what I wanted to do. And I knew I could run. I had this where I could run. I wasn't the quickest at anything, but I could run and it never affected me.
Yeah.
You know, I could run all day almost,
Yeah.
non-stop. So my dad said, realise you're part in a team. Some people can play the piano, some people got to carry it on the stage. So if you're one of them, be the best one of them you could be. So I didn't have it hard. I wasn't expected to do anything. You had to thread a pass for an eye of a needle because you could.
Yeah.
And you had to do that all the time. So for me, the pressure was on people like you, not me.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that was how I looked at it. So what I would try and do if I was your gaffer, I would talk about simple passes and then just try and enjoy yourself and express yourself later on. Try and do 75%. That's all I ever said to Charlie Adam. 75% I want perfect from you, which is bop, bop, bop. Those 25s, on a good day they'll work, on a bad day they won't, but I won't criticise you.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do 75% of them all day, I'm going to hammer you. Because you ain't playing for my team, are you? But I would have made that part of your game, that beautiful part of your game, not the focus. I would have got you to focus on all the other little bits to help my team, and I think you would have flourished.
No, I agree with you, I have to say. Talking to Charlie Adam, played against him when he was with your sides at Blackpool. I mean, he was at a brilliant stage of his career when he was playing with you, and had a fantastic sort of couple of seasons with you. He must have been your most favourite player to deal with.
Here we go. Right, let's just nail that, right? I haven't got a favourite, it's impossible.
You must have a favourite.
Listen, I haven't got a favourite, right? I've got 7 grandkids, I've got 4 kids, I've got 7 grandkids, and I have to look at every one of them as a beautiful little package that I got to try
that's your kids. That's grandkids.
No, it's the same thing. Everybody who ever played for me, I guarantee you, they didn't deliberately get it wrong if they did, and I forgave them and I tried to help them. The one I'm totally harsh on is myself. I've always been self-critical. So Charlie was one of my flock, and if I look back on, and I was trying to do this last night when I looked at your questions, you know, I don't know what that. What's he going to answer me? Ask me that bugger. So anyway, Charlie was one of the predominant ones who got noticed, right? DJ Campbell got noticed. David Vaughan got noticed. For every single one of them. Keith Southern didn't get the recognition he should have done for how much he improved. The goalie, Matt Jolks, didn't get anything like the plaudits he should have done for how he improved. For me, every one of them tried to do what I wanted, so I love all of them. And the thing is, who's the best, right? Best at what? Running with it, passing, shooting, dribbling with it, defending. You know, I played with a fella called Steve Yates who came to QPR for not very much money. Mate, he got Player of the Year one year because he just tackled everything that moved. You know, we used to call him the Terminator. But he wasn't the best, but he had the biggest heart in the world, mate. So I can't have favourites. I like every one of them. Nearly all of them will still keep in touch. That's the truth. Even the ones I've had arguments with, because I feel they knew where they stood with me. You know,
Who was the first player on the team sheet?
I'm going to kill Charlie now. It was the goalie, because you normally have to write your team sheet out from that way down. Haven't you been a manager? You don't write Charlie Adam first, do you? So mine was my goalie first. No, I normally, and then down to the sub.
I normally just put in the players that I could think, right, he'll probably do a job, put them in first. See, and then put the rubbish round them.
I got fined 25 grand for not picking Charlie once.
What?
We played Aston Villa away, and if I'd have put Charlie Adam in this team of the reserves who were doing so well against my team, I think if they would have, but they charged me we lost 2-1 away at Aston Villa. The club got fined 25 grand.
Because you didn't field enough first team players?
Yeah, and I think because they all read about Charlie Adam, and you ended up talking about Charlie Adam. I love Charlie, he was fantastic. The lad himself is, if you meet him, he's quite shy. Do you know what I mean? You ain't shy, he is. But inside him, there was a little bit of turmoil, and the way to get that out of him was to let him play. Because he was at Glasgow Rangers, he wanted to do well for them. Then he went to Liverpool, and I told him not to go at that time. I didn't think he was ready.
Wasn't ready for it,
He should have gone and said, move over, Steve. Stevie G, move over. I'm the passer, you just run in the box, give me the ball. Because his left foot was that good, I didn't think he was ready. So he goes there, Didn't last long, and he's ended up at Stoke. He had a great career, but for him, I think he could have played an awful lot for Liverpool.
Yeah.
But
It's hard to go in and try and take over Steven Gerrard, or even try and play with him.
No. Stevie G's an honest lad, and if he realised that you could benefit him, and you can hit some of them passes, and he can get closer to the box and hit them wonderful shots in, then why not? But I didn't think Charlie was ready for that then. You have to believe totally. You know, you have to. I've known you quite a while, but we don't know each other that well. I see in your eyes, if someone helped you believe in your ability, you'd have been sensational, mate. I didn't think that was the case. Do you get what I mean? I think they focused on the bits that you couldn't quite do. Rather than that outstanding bit. So
I had a few good nights out though as well.
No, but that's you, isn't it? You know, my old man would have absolutely ripped my head off because I didn't have a drink till I was 33.
I know, you said that to me. You'd never had a drink. You're telling me you didn't go out with the lads when you went to clubs and you didn't have a drink?
Mate, if I did, if we went out at 6:30, I was one smell of a wine gum and I'd be drunk by 1:15, you know. So if I had one lager, they all knew it. And I would have to say no. I didn't need that to enjoy myself. Because also I felt that I wanted to make it so badly that was like poison. I can't have any of that. So when I became a player manager, that's when I thought, oh God, I'm going to have all the things that my dad, you don't want to drink that, do you? That's how he would say it. Come Christmas, we'd have a little shelf in our house. We didn't have much money, but had a little shelf, and anybody who came in, oh, would you like a whiskey? Would you like you don't want one, do you? And it was like, he would change with me. You don't want one, do you? It was like, all right then, Dad. But that was part of my makeup, you know. I didn't need a drink, so I wouldn't really have one. In terms of, I do now. I think I'm making up for it now. You know, I don't feel it, mate. I feel like I could still run around and play. I feel like that was all yesterday. And when you sent me those questions through, I got all emotional, mate. It's like, wow, you know. I've actually had a hell of a life, am I? You know,
have, you had a great career.
With Wilkins, we finished 5th. And I'm looking at midfielders, right? You know, I'm thinking about how hard it is to be a midfielder when we were, because it wasn't just a number 6 or a number 8 who gets the goals, or a number 10 who floats around and does not a lot of defending, and then you got that Makaleli role. That one, we had to do box to box, didn't we? We had to do both. And
you did, not me.
Right, listen, I thought about last night who influenced me. I had a fella called Harold Jarman, who was a winger at Bristol Rovers. All the Rovers fans like Harold, wonderful, scored goals, left. He used to train me on a Monday night, right? And I would go to him for the non-league players that we had at Bristol Rovers on a Monday night. So he influenced me. Then I had Kenny a bit, Jerry Francis, who were both 36 at Bristol Rovers. Right? I played with Alan Ball at Bristol Rovers. I played with Ray Wilkins at QPR.
He was a great player,
Mate,
Ray.
How can I not love the game having met people like that? Do you know what I mean? Now, Mick Shannon I played with at Bristol Rovers when he was 36. You'd have loved him because he was betting on his horses all the time. Drove me insane. He's playing and I'm not, and he's up there 5 minutes before seeing how his horse got on.
No way.
So I want to kill him, and he used to laugh about it. Oh, calm down, young'un. You know, he pat me on the head. He rubbed me so much on the head I got no hair left. But you know, in his own way, he was a genius. But you know, life is. I had to do what I needed to do to get with all you talented ones.
I always think about your teams in sort of like a pre-season, like how good it would have been to be part of a pre-season.
Would have hated it.
I would have hated it. Talk me through.
Run. No, I gave him the ball, but it was disguised running, and as.
Because I think I would have loved to go. Talk me through like a pre-season trip with you. Like, where would you take the boys? Would you take them away, like Portugal or something?
I tried to get at least 7 or 8 days where you are away from everybody that you love and you know, and I can train you 3 times in that day. Right, and then the following day I would train you 3 times again. So I'd have you up at God knows what in the morning, doing the run, coming back before breakfast. Then I'd do the proper main football bit, and then I'd do the physical other side of it with the gym and the weight. So I'd try and get you in a habit that that I'm in control of to see where you are. There was a test I would do before we went to see if you're...
What, like a yo-yo test or something, was it?
Yes, yeah, my one, yeah.
What's your one? Was it like
there was two. There was a 1,500 metre run. And you got to do it flat out. And there was like a yo-yo test, but it's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 80, 60, 20, 40, back. And I've done that run because an old fella taught me years ago to know exactly where you are, right? So if you haven't done the schedule I gave you in the summer, and I could find you.
You can find me?
Yeah. And
I'd definitely get fined every season.
The worst thing you would do, you ain't ready, and I'd get you running around the outside and the others would have the ball, because what would hurt you the most? Yeah? What currency would hurt you the most? Make you run and not give you the ball, or let you have the ball? What would you want? The ball, innit?
Yeah, I want the ball.
Yeah, so I would punish you so badly, get him run round there, and I'm going to use the ball, and he's earned it, you haven't. Right? Because I'm telling you, we're not going to carry you this year.
Yeah.
Right? Just because you can pass better than the rest of us. You do your running without it as well, right? That'll do me. And that's what I said.
I think I would have added in a transfer.
To Roy Wegley. I said it to Roy Wegley. They used to love him, and I had a massive row with him. I said, Roy, why didn't you lost the ball there. There are blokes running down here. I'm going to have to leave my man, come over and tackle him. Why ain't you running back with him? Oh, it was meant to be, Ollie. I went, what's meant to be? He went, oh, it meant to be that you lost the ball? He went, no, it was just meant to be, and I'll get it again in a minute when you win it back. I went, why didn't you help me win it back? You can run like me. Why don't you help me win it back? So Ray Wilkins said, don't have a go at Roy. I said, why not? He's a lazy, good-for-nothing piece of crap on the bottom of my shoe if he thinks I got to make up for his mistakes. Yeah. Ray, oh yeah, but you might crush his talent. And I said, no, I won't. All he's got to do is, instead of go, like that, just chase back, and they'll put pressure on him, and I'll come across and I'll help him win it. Just work as hard as I am.
Yeah.
And if you can...
make the ball work, mate. Make the ball work.
Yeah, make the ball work, but once you lost it, work back to a shape to try and half.
You would have hated playing with me. You would have hated it.
Yeah, but you'd have been... Right, I'm saying, I said to him, I said, Roy, I'm sick and fed up with you being so selfish that you didn't beat that bloke, you were worried about it, and he's gone away with the ball, and you're then thinking, my team got to give me the ball more.
Yeah.
I said, why don't you help your team have the ball more? Right? You think that some of the best people in the world are going to let you get away with that. Look at Ryan Giggs, mate. How good was Ryan Giggs? And how hard, when he lost the ball, how hard did he work to get it back? Because of the man he played for.
Yeah.
Mate, if Ryan could have been lazy and was with a different bloke, he might have been allowed to be lazy. Do you think Sir Alec would have let you be lazy?
No.
Just because you were brilliant? You were at a tip-top Charlie team who should have taught you how to do it. It's infuriating, because I think you were a lovely kid. You would have bought into it.
Yeah, no, I did, to be fair, but I just, didn't like running, mate. Didn't like running.
Yeah, but you can run. You can move, can't you?
I could run.
Your legs do move, don't they?
Yeah, I could run.
And if the ball's there, they do move quite well, don't they?
Yeah.
But when you ain't got it, you can't be arsed, can you? No.
If there was a player that you could manage now, who would be playing in the game right now? Who would be your favourite player?
It's topical. It is, and it is. I think he's a genius, mate. Absolute, total genius. Because no matter what the score is, no matter what he's earned, no matter where he's played, no matter how many games he's got, he still wants to be the best.
You're going to say Ronaldo?
I'm going to say him without a shadow of a doubt. Because if you look at last week, to deal with that pressure of him coming back playing for Man United again, and to be that far ahead of everybody else on that pitch, and to get a little tap in, is genius. Because his mind and his body and how he looks after himself and his drive is quite and utterly outstanding.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
People are on about Messi, and right when he loses the ball, which ain't very often, right?
No.
Or his team's losing, does he help them turn that one round? Or
who, Messi?
Yeah, does he?
Oh yeah.
You reckon?
Well, you're saying he doesn't?
No, I don't. No. When you're losing, who do you want? Who's going to make a difference? I think Ronaldo makes a difference when he's losing. I do.
You don't think Messi makes a difference?
No, Messi makes a difference with his unbelievable talent, and he's played for that team for so long, and they can win. But I'm telling you, when they were 3-0 up and they went over to Liverpool and they let one in, he didn't suddenly give it here, and I'm going to show you.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I'm saying, team structure, here we are. Who would I pick? It's probably him by a million miles.
Really,
you know?
yeah?
Ronaldo, yeah. And I wouldn't have said that before. I think the kid is absolutely and utterly sensational. And anybody out there should look at what he does and how he does it.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes he will walk. He's up there. He's 36. He will walk at the time, but he will still get an help. You know, when Portugal are struggling, just watch him, mate. Honestly,
Yeah.
he sensational.
No, he is a joke. He's unbelievable. He is unbelievable.